products, they're not doing it because of the potentially dangerous effects. They're doing it in spite of them. The reason they do this is because of the bottom line. The drug cops tell us that no drug dealer or drug producer wants to kill their customers. After all, that's bad business. However, they're willing to put their customers' lives in jeopardy, potentially, by putting the very potent, very dangerous drug fentanyl into these products because it gives them a chance to maximize their profitability. One drug cop we spoke with said the motto is weight yields profit. So a kilogram of fentanyl can go a really long way in producing a ton of tablets or a ton of other kinds of dangerous drugs. Fentanyl is a synthetic opioid. It's similar to morphine, but 50 to 100 times more powerful. So that power is where the danger comes from for a potential overdose, but it's also where the potential for profitability comes from. In some cases, fentanyl is mixed with weaker heroin and other cutting agents, which is a way to produce a more powerful product and more of it. In other cases, we've heard police have found high quantities of pills disguised as the powerful prescription painkiller oxycodone, but on analysis, those pills actually contain nothing other than caffeine and fentanyl. Most of the fentanyl in the Canadian black market is believed to be imported in from out of the country. However, cops have told us that they have found domestic production labs, so it is produced here as well. And at the end of the day, one thing that makes these drugs so dangerous, police tell us, is just the inherent uncertainty. There's no quality control at these facilities. There's no sanitation. The dosage could vary wildly. And that uncertainty, paired with a recreational user's lower tolerance, perhaps, can sometimes be deadly.
All right, and I'm going to get off into the news. You are tuned in to Katie Talk 101. Please make sure you hit that like button. When you come in the building, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Shout out to Nicole, the mod out in the building. You heard what she said. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button and all that good stuff when you come in. And if you catch the replay, please make sure you share, like, and all that good stuff. All right, so the autopsy has actually been released for Michael K. Williams. And 50 Cent, like always, he had his opinion to say. So I think this is the old tweet that he said when everything first came out. He ended up going to, I believe it was Instagram, and he said, damn, he smoked that little blue cap out the jukebox bag. And then he had the I don't know hands, and he said, hey, catch Raising Cane this weekend. And he put a couple of hashtags behind that. Some people did not find that funny. As you know, the autopsy has been released about everything that went on with Michael K. Williams. And I have that here. Hold on, do I? Yeah, I got it. Okay, so let's get off into what they're saying about what was the actual cause of death here. Okay, so it was saying that his death was actually caused by a combination of fentanyl, heroin, and cocaine. Was all in his system when he passed away. Let me see if I can find this exact. It looked like the ad that I had, it ended up jumping off real quick. Let's see. All right. Okay, it looked like I finally found it. Okay, so let me make sure I share this to you guys, and then I'm going to read off into a few other articles dealing with what he had an overdose of, which was fentanyl. So let me make sure I'm sharing the right thing. I know this was last of the minute. I do a lot of last of the minute lives. Sometimes I just go when the news break. Hey, I'm going live. That's just how we do it around here at Katie Talk 101. So if you want all the breaking news, as soon and as quick as it happened, you guys make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. Okay. All right, so I have it right here. His cause of death. Okay, so this is what I pulled up from Google right here. Let me make sure it's in large print so you guys can see it really, really good here. Okay, full screen. There we go. Okay, so this is what it says. It says that um the death this month of Michael K. Williams, the Brooklyn actor, most famous for his mention in a portrayal of a gay stick-up man in The Wire. His cause of death was a drug overdose involving fentanyl. The New York City medical examiner said this on Friday, and this was released about maybe like an hour ago. And it says, yeah, it was fentanyl. And I have some more articles that's going to get off into it a little more. Okay, so this came from USA Today, and it was about 5 hours ago. Okay, it's pulling up. Here we go. Okay. Okay. USA Today. Okay, this moving a little slow. No, that's not it. Okay, here it is. Okay, so Michael K. Williams' cause of death was an accidental overdose. This is what the coroner said. Okay, so his death has been revealed. The Wire Boardwalk Empire actor died from an accidental overdose of fentanyl laced heroin and cocaine. The New York City Office of Chief Medical Examinations, they confirmed this in a statement on USA Today on Friday. The Emmy-nominated actor was found dead on September the 6th in his Brooklyn penthouse apartment, according to the New York City Police Department. He was 54. Williams laid to rest. He was laid to rest in Hattiesburg, Pennsylvania, on the 16th of September. During the services, St. Stephen's Episcopal Church, he was remembered as one of the television's most respected and acclaimed actors who brought characters to life, often surprised tenderness. He was well known for his portrayal as Omar Little in The Wire, which ran from 2002 all the way to 2008. He also appeared in many HBO series, including The Boardwalk Empire, The Night of the most recent Lovecraft Country, in which he was nominated for an Emmy in the role as Monroe's Freeman. Monroe's Freeman. All right. So Michael K. Williams, the star of The Wire, and he was the star of Lovecraft Countries. He ended up passing away at the age of 54. And yeah, and it is believed that let's see, you still can make sense of it. Michael K. Williams was like to rest in remembrance. And because of his character on The Wire, he was loved. People often conflated the actor role to they always compared him to the role that he played. I guess people didn't even call him Mike; they called him Omar. Oh, that is crazy. I wouldn't dare want to be referred to as that. But it said the New York leader in 2012 interview, he ended up saying that in the interview that they actually in real life people was calling him Omar, and it says that the mixed identity he ended up having a mixed identity crisis. And I think this mixed identity crisis that he was having with that character ended up pushing him into addiction. And it's not a good mix. This is what he said. I had to stop trying to be Omar and just be Mike. So he actually had to stop trying to be that role, and he had to remember, I guess, who he was. And it went on to say that the actor he ended up opening up about his history about drugs and how he went about it all. I was playing with fire. This is what Williams told the Star leaguer at the time. So in his interview, he said that he was playing with fire. It sounded like he was, in a battle with himself in that character. It was just a matter of time before I caught the business and then he ended up covering up of the tabloids, or he went to jail, or worse. So he said he was just kind of having to catch himself before things ended up, worse. Or and then he said, or I ended up dead. So he knew what could happen. He knew what the outcome could have been. People do make their own decisions. I hate that a life had to be lost like that. But yes, basically that's what the story's saying. Let's see. He said he decided to get clean. Williams wondered whether surviving it all was pure luck. I thought, why me? Why did I get spared? I should have been dead. Oh, see, that's what I was saying in one video before. Our words are very powerful, especially the words that you speak on yourself. I usually try to speak positive things on myself, even if you're in a negative situation. All right, and then he said I should have been dead. Williams ended up saying this. I have the scar. I stuck my head in the mouth of a lion. Obviously, God saved me for a purpose. So I decided to get clean and then come clean. I'm hoping that I can reach that one person. So he said he hope he can reach one person with his story. And I really hope he does as well. I'm going to get off of this because I have something else I wanted to share with you guys, and I really, really hope once I get off of this, you guys most definitely catch the front of it, because there's a very, very important video. I think you guys would like to see it. And I had another article speaking on this situation at hand, and dealing with how Michael K. Williams ended up passing away. So I'm going to get off into this. Let me make sure I'm sharing it so you guys can see. Shout out to the 3 people that are in the building. Make sure you guys hit that thumbs up. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you so much. Okay, so I'm going to get off into this next one here. And it is a very informative article, might I say. Let me make sure I'm sharing it. Okay. Not that one. I was supposed to have my co-host, Kimmy Blanco, here, but I think she probably got caught up into, Friday night stuff. Okay, so this is a very important article. I think a lot of people probably would want to be informed of. I'm pretty sure you guys probably have read up on the dangerous effects of fentanyl, but there's a epidemic that's going on that's affecting our community as well. Hello, how are you? Shout out to the chat. I think that's Autumn. Thank you for tuning in, and I am doing great. I hope you are doing well. I hope you started out your weekend well. Well, I know you did because you're here watching Katie Talk 101. But okay, so it says the Black community is seeing a rise in the opioid overdose deaths. What can be done? All right, so that's a great question. Okay, and it's saying that overdose deaths from opioids have increased in the Black community while remaining relatively stable amongst other groups. And then it's saying that experts are, let's see, 13. I'm gonna make sure I timestamp this. That is the 13th minute and 49th second. All right, so it goes on to say that we are amongst all other groups when it comes to people dying with this fentanyl crisis. So experts said that one reason that the opioid crisis is shifting from rural areas to the more urban regions, they add fentanyl, begin adding it to certain recreational drugs like cocaine, is another factor. So that's another factor. I guess the high usage of cocaine amongst African Americans, the rate of the opioid overdose deaths amongst Black Americans rose 40% in 2019. And this is compared to white Americans, according to a new study in American Journey of Public Health. And opioid overdose rates have remained at a level among other ethnicities, marking a trend concerning the outline and possible new fronts in the opioid epidemic. The Black community have historically had lower overall opioid overdose deaths and slower rates increasing to those deaths compared to whites. But the trend has reversed in recent years, suggested in 2020 studies, the journal The Addiction. This is an epidemic that started in rural areas of the country, which are prominently Caucasian. This is what the Dr. Steve Powell, MDA, said. The chief medical officer of the Opioid Addiction Treatment Service. I do believe that over time, this has been an epidemic that really moved in the rural environments into some more populated areas, including suburban areas and big cities. This is what Powell said. You're naturally going to see more of an increase of dependency of overdose issues. According to the data, the Cancer Family Foundation, 72% of opioid overdose deaths occur amongst the white population, and this was in 2019. 15% among the Black population and 11% among the Hispanic population. Fentanyl recreational drugs may be a key driver. So, one factor that may be driven increasing these opioid overdoses is the introduction of synthetic opioids, fentanyl, into the recreational drugs such as cocaine. In 2017, this report was made. The Centers for Disease and Control, they found that it was it was manufactured fentanyl amongst the recent increase of opioid violations, overdoses, and deaths. And this is actually accounting for 60% of the opioid deaths, as well as an increase in the deaths amongst Black Americans. In New York City, 1 in 12 bags, listen to this real close. In New York City, 1 in 12 bags of cocaine is likely cut with fentanyl. Imagine that. Do you know the risk that people are taking out here when they're doing cocaine? So they're actually saying right here that 1 out of 12 bags of cocaine will be laced with fentanyl. According to the New York Police Department, fentanyl spiked cocaine has been involved in several high-profile celebrity overdoses, and this is what Yahoo News ended up reporting. This rabbit hole goes very deep, and from the article from the Yahoo News, I'm most definitely going to look into that, and I'm just going to do a video just talking about the overdose deaths of celebrities dealing with this fentanyl crisis. So I'm most definitely gonna make a note to do that video on Sunday morning because I am off work. I know that video will probably run a little bit. I'm gonna speak on a good amount of the celebrities that have overdosed on the fentanyl. One thing that drives up the increase of opioid epidemics is the fact that more and more time users are getting their drugs from family, friends, and the other environments that they don't consider to be harmful, like parties and other social gatherings, opposed to them having it prescribed, like from a doctor or MD. So they're getting these drugs from people that they really, really trust, and they're feeling like what people usually say, my plug is legit. That's usually what you hear them saying. And then it's saying that their friends in other environments, people that they don't consider to be harmful, rather than getting it prescribed. And this is what the people in Texas, their headlines ended up saying that. So it's saying that it can be in one defense increasing that the physical, mental, and emotional harm and even death And that's what Jefferson ended up saying. So it looks like that is almost the end of that. Okay, it went on to say about African Americans, their culture. They have a culture of addiction. It's saying stuff like that. True peer recovery. They're talking about how people can recover from it. You know, they have certain classes you can go to if you're looking to get off in the treatment classes. There's numbers that you can call. Most definitely. I'm going to see if I can pull up some of those numbers. Most definitely. Okay, I didn't want to run this video too long, but most definitely, let me see if I can look something up just a second. So I don't believe in putting out the problem and not coming with some type of solution. So let's see what I can find. Let's see what I can find here. So I'm gonna put in this, and this is something. No, I think this is a number that people can universally use. You never know who you're talking to. You never know what people you never know what people are going through out here in the world. And you never know who may come across this video and may want to seek help. So I'm most definitely going to show this before I jump off of this live here. I think I'm about at 21 minutes or so. Okay, so let me make sure you guys can see this. Make sure I'm sharing the right thing here. Share. And yes, 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 yes. Yes, it's really something when you start hearing these numbers and you start hearing that the numbers amongst the African Americans are getting larger. And it's not just the regular all around the way trade, it's not the regular all around the way people that are dying of this. I mean, this is, a lot of people in our communities are suffering. Okay, so I'm gonna have to remove this before this can show. Let me make sure you guys can see. Okay, so I'm gonna stop that. Okay, so this is what I wanted to share before I get off. At least somebody run across this video. Maybe God will touch them. Okay, let me make sure we can see. All right, so basically this is the number. If anyone needed a list of any local rehabs and they were suffering or struggling from any fentanyl battles that they may be having, I can see around my neighborhood, my friends just lost a friend. Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that. So, Autumn said one of their friends ended up losing a friend from an overdose. I really, really hate that. And that's why I said I want to come with since we're on this topic, I really, really want to show this phone number right here. So this right here is basically a 24-hour free hotline. If anyone is suffering from any type of substance abuse, whether that's cocaine, heroin, fentanyl, any type of opioids. And if you need help and you are ready, it's kind of like when you're in the back of church and you feel God calling. If the Spirit is telling you to call. I feel sorry for their kids too, because it's something that shouldn't have happened. It's something that shouldn't have happened. If you guys are facing any type of substance abuse and you know you need help, please call 1-800-662-4357. Again, that number is 1-800-662-4357. If you need help, please call. Don't go until it's too late. Let's get some help. And shout out to Autumn. Shout out to my moderator, Nicole Conley. And thank all of you guys for most definitely tuning in. And I just hope any and everybody out there. Like I said, if you need help, please do not hesitate to call the rehab number. This is an awesome number. It's universal all around America. I don't know about all around the world, but most definitely all around America. You can most definitely call this. It could be around the world. If you're going through substance abuse or you know anyone close to you that is, please call before it's too late. We don't need anyone else dropping dead from these overdoses. And like it said in the article, that 1 out of 12 bags of cocaine are laced with fentanyl. So if you are struggling with any type of substance abuse, please don't hesitate to call. Call before it's too late. 1-800-662-4357. And they will appoint you to the nearest rehab. Most definitely. Thank you. Thank you so much, Autumn. Thank you. All right. Well, I love you guys out there. Please stay safe out there. Please stay safe. And I am signing out, and I most definitely will be back with another one. You guys make sure you hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, tap that notification bell, and when it pops up, make sure you rate, because sometimes they're going to show you one of my videos and they're going to ask you to rate it. Make sure you rate and, put that it was entertaining and informative, all that good stuff. You guys talk good about Katie Talk, because I'm coming with the news. I'm trying to look for some more news so I can come in the morning before I go to work. So you guys make sure you hit that like, share, and subscribe button. And I'm signing out until next time. Katie Talk 101. Love ya.